Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm talking about waiting for contact from somebody. So hanging around, waiting for a text, waiting for somebody to do something that you've sort of manifested them to do, desired them to say to you something, some behaviour that you want from somebody. You are waiting for it. You are putting something into practice and then waiting for that result to come to you. And why aren't you seeing any results? Why aren't you seeing what you're waiting for? Let's think now about the energetic universe. Now, I do believe the universe is an energetic universe. Everything is energy, and one person's energy responds to another person's energy. We don't know that that's happening. We're not aware of it. If we are responding to somebody's energy, we are not aware that we are necessarily responding to their energy. We are just responding in whichever way we feel is appropriate to the situation, but really we are responding to their energy. So with that in mind, imagine if your energy is one of sort of waiting and kind of in the push energy because you've put something into practice in order to get that person to reach out to you or to behave in a certain way if you've already got contact, to do something that you want them to do, to say something that you want them to say, but you are actively waiting for it, you're watching it. You're doing two things here. You're observing. So if this is quantum, which I believe this is one massive quantum computer, reality is one massive quantum computer, that's just the way I see it. So you're observing it. What you are doing in observing is holding it in place because you are observing the situation as it is. And as the Zeno effect states in quantum, you cannot change the condition of something by constantly observing it. It cannot change in that respect. So there's that. That's one thing to bear in mind. The second thing is your energy. I don't know what you are like, but when I was younger, and even now I probably don't really like being told what to do, but if my mum told me to do anything, I would immediately want to do the opposite. For example, when I was taking my GCSEs and I was choosing my options, because in the UK that's what we do, we choose what we want to take, I really had no idea what I wanted to do when I left school. But at the time, back in the 80s, it was all a bit, women do this, guys do this. So my mum said to me, oh, you should take a secretarial qualification, you should do that, because there was typing and secretarial and that kind of thing. And I immediately thought, I'm not doing that. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Why should I do that? Just because that's a girl thing. I didn't really feel, I wouldn't have classed myself as a feminist at the time or anything like that. I was just being obstinate because my mum was telling me to do something, so I didn't want to do it, so I didn't do it. And I took music instead. I loved music, but music was going to be no good to me. It was not going to take me anywhere in the future. It was not going to help me. I was not that good at it that it was going to actually be a career choice. I just did it out of the fact that I was being told to do something different and I didn't want to do it. So what can I do to be really annoying? Oh, I'll choose music. Stupid. Didn't do me any good whatsoever. And I would have been better off following my mum's advice and doing that, because back in the day I would have more options open to me if I'd done that, but I didn't. So there you go. So imagine if your energy is that, put yourself in kind of that position, in the position of my mum, that you are pushing somebody to do something and immediately they won't know why they don't want to do it, but all they're doing is responding to your energy. So they are backing off because of your energy. And it could be any reason that they're backing off for. It could be something like, oh, I'm not ready for that now, I'm not ready to reach out to them, and start feeling other feelings towards you other than the ones that you're trying to push onto them because of your energy. And that is a bizarre thought, isn't it, to think that your energy is affecting somebody else, but I truly, truly believe that it does. And that's why I am so all for self-concept, because when your self-concept is high, you don't feel the need to push something onto somebody else. You might want to hear somebody say something and you might imagine it and you might feel it, but then you'll just let it go and get on with your life. So it is hugely important in that respect, but it isn't necessary for you to have an amazing self-concept in order to manifest things from other people. It's an inner thing. If you start looking at things being on the outside of you, then it will be very difficult to do that. But if you see it all as just creating it all in your inner world, inside of you, you're just creating stuff. And all you're doing when you do this, and you decide that you want somebody to behave in a certain way, and you're not attached to the outcome, is you are creating that reality path, in my opinion, that reality shift. So you will shift into the reality where that person quite naturally behaves in that way. You are not messing around with somebody's mind in this reality. You're not doing that as far as I'm concerned, because I've seen people behaviour change overnight from one extreme to the other, and it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense in the logical. So to think that I've changed that person, no. I think what I've done is I've shifted into the reality where that person is a slightly different version and is more naturally like that, and or thinks they've always felt that way about me. Don't think they've suddenly changed. They feel that they've always felt that way. So in order to be able to kind of affect those changes within other people, it's really coming from you, and it's coming from your energy. So if you are attached to the outcome, then you will have a certain energy, which I'm not saying attachment to the outcome is repellent to the other person. Certain energy is definitely repellent to another person, but it's more like they will be finding all kinds of reasons why not to behave in that way, or to behave the opposite way, or because that's just the way energetically this works. You will be doing this too with other people, but you won't realise. You'll just think you're reacting to how they're being, so you're reacting back. But if their energy was a different way, then your reaction would be different. So I suppose the key here is that what you want to know is, what can I do about that? Okay, well, distraction is great. Throw yourself into other things, and don't make this thing the be all and end all, because nothing should be the be all and end all. And if you spread your attention, then you are diluting that feeling, and you're just leaving space for that to happen, because you're not so focused on it, you're not so attached to the outcome, because you're doing other things, you're throwing yourself into other things. There'll be other things that you're interested in, but that you've put on the back burner because you're so focused on making this happen. As soon as you're focused on making something happen, it doesn't happen, because you can't make something happen with this. Just think about the things that you've manifested, you've brought into your life, you've created, with just on a whim, on a slight thought, on a feeling, a zap of feeling, and nothing more, and it's created easily, maybe even the next day. Well, try to transfer that. Look at transferring that notion over to people, because it's exactly the same. It works in exactly the same way. So just bear in mind that if you put in too much effort, then you are in the push energy, and they are going to pull away. So whatever it is that you're trying to get from someone, and again, when I say trying to get from someone, I immediately think, why am I even using that phrase? Because you can't try to get something from someone and get it. You can try, but you won't get it, because it's purely an energetic thing. I kind of like referring to this as, it is energy. Normally I refer to its vibration, but I think I'm going to start referring to its energy much more, because I think it's much easier for people to grasp that. So think about your energy around a particular subject, around a person, around, if you're in a relationship and you're looking to get somebody's behaviour to change, what are you doing for that? Because I guarantee you, if it's not happening, then you're either doing too much, so you're really in a push energy and they're stepping back, or you are so attached to the outcome, you are constantly observing it and thinking, well, where is it? Why is it not changing? They're behaving in the opposite way, because that's what will happen. Just a little example here, and it's nothing to do with the law of attraction, but I was walking out the front room this morning and the phone was going. So, and I was doing something at the time, so I kind of left it, and it was going to go into the answer machine. And I came out fast, and my cat was sat in the hallway, and it just looked at me, and he looked at me and obviously thought, what the hell? And he leapt back because I was like storming forward. That is like what you're doing. You are storming at someone and they're like, whoa, hang on a minute, like that. But they don't know that they're reacting to your energy, but they are. So I hope this was useful. I'm really, with distraction, that's brilliant. I'm really noticing what's going on. If you notice what's going on with your feelings, it does become, I'm not saying it's easy to change it, but you then see the need to change it and you think, oh yeah, I cannot carry on like this and get different results. I'm going to get the same results. What can I do to decrease that powerful energy that's really in the opposite of direction of what I want at the moment? What can I do about that? And just know that it's all about you. And also, please, if you are feeling crap about yourself, and you are trying to get somebody to behave in a certain way, say you're trying to get somebody to behave really lovingly towards you, but you don't like yourself very much, well, you are going to struggle, and you might get a zap of that, but it will not last, because you will always be in that sort of feeling state inside that you aren't really worth it, you aren't really good enough, you expect someone else to love you, only you don't love yourself. I hope that sort of makes sense, but that doesn't mean that you can't manifest stuff. It's just that continuity, when you feel like that about yourself, will become a struggle. But this is not about that. This is a video about energy, and just think that everything is energy, and everything else's energy is responding to your energy. Every person is responding to the way you are feeling about them. That's what you're going to get back. So if you're kind of released from it, even, you don't have to have the opposite energy, you just have to not be so hung up on it, basically, in order to see those results. And then in order for them to be continuous results, you constantly need to be in that state of, right, I'm okay, I'm cool as I am, I'm cool, whatever, but it'd be really great if that person said that or did this or changed their mind about this or apologised to me for this. That's when it happens. So that is it. It's all about your energy. Okay, I'm an author, I write books, all of my books are listed below. My next book is out, I think will be out at the end of May, and that's all based around self-concept, self-love, self-respect, respect for yourself as a person, all of that stuff in order to help move you forward in life, even if you're not into this. If you're not into law of attraction, doesn't matter. It's not a law of attraction book, it's a self-concept book, and it's a book about energy and how your energy impacts other people. So that'll be out soon. And I'm a coach. My coaching dates are limited now. I've cut them back because I'm writing, and I just needed to have more time to get on with this. So I have cut back a little bit, but I do also offer email coaching, which has proven to be really popular actually. I think the email coaching is very cost effective, and it means you get 4 weeks access to me, and I can come up with a really thorough plan, and we can try and error stuff and that kind of thing, which you can't do on a Zoom call, on an hour's Zoom call. So it might be more useful to you. My son Harrison has a Law of Attraction channel, which is listed below. I have a podcast with Harrison every week. I will list the last one down below for you to have a look at. And that, I think, is, there's a members area on my website. Go along, sign up for free. If you want to upgrade, you can. If you upgrade, it's £10 a month, and you get access to free, well, I say free because you're paying your £10 a month, but subliminals and meditations, and an Ask Evie section where you can talk to me, and discount on various services with that. But you can join it for free, and with that you get access to a lot of modules, the majority of them, and the members hub. It's just the extras that you don't get access to with that, but you can do that. All I need is your email address for that. And yeah, that is definitely that. I'm going to leave it there.